bodies. This world is a dimension. Tell neighbor, this world is a dimension. Your interaction in this world is hinged on the senses with which you interact with this world. Now watch this. This world, you will never know that this world has a smell if there's no sense that can pick the smell of this world. You will never know this world has a sound if there's no sense that can pick the sound of this world. You will never know this world has a feel if there's no sense that can pick the feel of this world. You will never know this world has a taste if there's no sense that can pick the taste of this world. So the more the senses, the more possibilities that opens to you in this same world that we're all inside. So a man born blind does not know the sight of this world, even though he's in this world with you. So his information about this world will be limited. Are we together? A man who operates in the spirit has been given another type of sense with which he interacts with another possibilities that is still in this world, but this other man who doesn't have that sense cannot interact with it. The truth is that you are not living on earth. You only log into earth through your body. Because there's a law that exists in the spiritual world. And that law is that you cannot operate in a realm you don't have a body for. You know, if you look at space, you think space is empty. Space is not empty. You don't just have the body that can interact with the reality in space. If you have the right body, you will interact with the reality of space. The spiritual world is not far. It's a toroid. It's overlapping each other. It's like an onions. A wall can be here in the spirit and you will walk through it. Because your body and that reality does not marry. And then you can put a wall here. A spirit will walk through it. Spirits are walking through walls. You are walking through walls. Different realities. But Jesus received a grace from God with which he could switch his body to begin to obey different laws at different times. Now, what is prophet saying? What is all these things? Jesus looked at him and said, if I have spoken to you about earthly things and you don't understand, how do you understand when I begin to tell you about heavenly things? You see, you think that salvation is the only wisdom that exists in God. No, that is the wisdom that connects you to God, that reconciles you to God. Now that you've reconciled to God, we now tell you the wisdom kept for sons by which we dominate this world. There's a wisdom kept for sons. So guess what? He left heaven. It's like going to sleep. And then he awakens on earth. Just as you can be here now and then you are waking on Facebook. But guess what? You need a body. That your app is a body with which you interact with the world called Facebook. We play video games. It is you running. You are the one running there in a body. But your consciousness is higher than the body. May God help us. Imagine you playing Call of Duty now. And then you are saying the avatar in Call of Duty, that's the real you. If they kill the avatar, you are dead. If you as a human being can create that kind of reality, where you can move yourself into another reality that is on earth, but it's not on the earth. Prophet Joel has a body on Facebook. You have a body there. You have a body on TikTok. It has your name. It has your picture. It speaks your thought, but you are higher than that body. And then you log out sometime, and then that page is asleep. And then guess what? That world no longer exists. Worlds are formed by consciousness, by light. The world of sin and demons exists in a consciousness level that you've been delivered from by the gospel of Jesus. This prison that you find yourself in exists within a consciousness. Satan has to put that consciousness in a man to see that world. In that consciousness, you will see the failure Satan wants you to see. You will see the defeat Satan wants you to flee. But when the Lord comes and says, arise, shine, your light is come. Even on earth, where people are saying there's death everywhere, you will say the whole earth is full of your glory. Somebody is saying the earth is full of death, is full of sin, is full of problems, and then God comes here and the seraphs look upon the earth and they say this world is full of the glory of God. Thou out of the pure eyes. The eyes cannot behold iniquity. It doesn't mean if God sees iniquity, God will turn away. He operates at a level. It's at a level. If he looks at you, my brother, and look at Joshua, he's not seeing the Joshua of Satan. He's seeing the Joshua in his own will. The one that he thinks of, the one that he wants. That's the one he sees. And so by the word of liberty, he now reveals to you who he sees you as. And many people, when they see that image, they reject it. Like men who look upon the mirror, seeing themselves, and then they forget the kind of man they are. May I never forget. May I never forget. Even when I wake up in this world and I see what is happening around me, Lord, may I never forget. May I never forget. Who is it that has said a thing about you and it comes to pass when God has not said it? Why are you accepting? He said, whose report shall we believe? Satan can frame words by speaking to your mind, and then your mind begin to see the failure that comes from Satan's mind. That's why when God wants to change your life and liberate you from prisons, he now brings his word of light. He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach. There's something he says to you. There's something he says to me. And then guess what? As an obedient child of God, I begin to conform into that image from glory to glory. That image of the revealed word about my life from glory to glory. Knowing that in the flesh, you are whatever you are sinning now. You see that sin that you are hating, that's who you are in the flesh. You want to be delivered from it, come into the spirit through the knowledge. Sit down.